Welcome to a new semester, and well, you almost did it. You're about to graduate now, right? So, normally what I do is I ask you for your input, and based on that, I create the syllabus because I want to make sure that this is the final course, and make sure I take care of whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life. So, but I said this is a 5-week course, so I have the syllabus ready and, go through it. And if you have any questions or anything that you need help on, like in the past, I've helped students with their, interview questions, or if they want to get promoted in the job, or they have questions about how to approach a client or anything like that, feel free to contact me and I'll be more than happy to help. And in the syllabus and also in my announcement, I'll put down my personal cell phone number because I want you to succeed. And so go ahead and contact me. Usually I'm up until 2 a.m. at night. So go ahead and contact me and I'll be more than happy to help. So the focus of this video is to give you an understanding of the syllabus as well as the course website on Blackboard, and I'll also tell you about how to be successful in this course. All right, so let's get started. So as you can see, this is the syllabus. I'm not going through everything, just going to cover a few key points. And as you can see, class day and time, this is an asynchronous online class, meaning there is no class time. So I've recorded the videos about the chapters and assignments, and they are uploaded on Blackboard. You watch it, and if you have any questions, you can contact me, okay? So here you can see my my email address and phone number, and feel free to text me on my personal cell phone number, and more than happy to help you. Okay. So I'm just going to make it a little bigger so it would be easier for you to read. So anything in blue is individual assignments. Okay. And for each of the individual assignments, I'll show you in a minute. I have videos on Blackboard that they tell you, what to do. Okay. So individual SWOT analysis, which is you talk about, what your strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats are, and what your long-term, short-term, midterm goals are. Okay, so that's a 2 to 3 minute presentation. And again, in the syllabus, you'll see more details. Plus in Blackboard, I have a video about this as well. And then we have midterm and final exams, 15 points each. And this is the BBA core test, which is 5%. And again, as I go through the syllabus, I'll provide more details. Then you have team assignments, and some of you would be wondering, team assignments like 30 points for a paper, 30 points for a presentation. That actually, you might think, oh, sometimes you have somebody that's a freeloader and somebody that doesn't work. So I do understand those issues, and when I grade it accordingly, okay? And since this is a 5-week course, you don't have any quizzes. If it was a longer course, you would have quizzes on every chapter. So in a way, you're lucky, you have midterm and final exam. So I understand that most people actually don't do that well in a structured exam. So all of these are actually true or false questions, because I found that people make a lot more mistakes in true or false. Sorry, all of these are multiple choice questions. I repeat, midterm exam, final exam, all of them are multiple choice questions, and sample questions are included, which I'll show you in a minute in the Blackboard website. So I understand that most people have difficulty with structured exams. So that's why I try to keep it as low as I could. So these two might be challenging depending upon how you look at the test. But this is fairly easy to make points over here. But again, that doesn't mean it's, it's like super easy, it's just a cakewalk. No, you need to put in efforts, but this is more subjective, and most of the students do get pretty good points on this. All right, and so I'm gonna go through this. So if you see, these actually total up to 105 points, because I've not included 5 points in the bonus points, because they are truly bonus. So the way your grade will be calculated would be based on 100 points, not 105. So if you include these 5 bonus points, it would come up as 45 for individual and total 105. But to give you grades, this is how you're going to be. Like anything above 90 would be A, 80 to 89 would be B, and so on and so forth. And all these things that are in blue are individual assignments, as you can see. Then anything in green is team assignments. And all the deadlines are Sunday midnight, okay? Unless, there is some need to change the deadline, I'll let you know. But so far, everything is due on Sunday, 11:59 p.m., okay? So all these assignments are due that. And anything that is in black is for everyone, like either you have to do something, watch videos, read chapters, things like that, okay? So the first thing that is due is your introduction, which is on Blackboard under course. Okay, this should be course. I'll have to look at that. But anyway, under discussions, it is under introduction is under discussion. So make sure you do that by Sunday and midnight. And there's a video, so make sure you watch that, and that will tell you how to introduce yourself, okay? Then next week, again, by the way, you are still reading, chapters 1, 3, 4, and 5, and watching the videos. You're doing that over here too, like chapters 1 and 2. Second week, you are going to form a team. So look at people's introductions, and based on that, you can pick and choose who you want, because the sooner you start, the more likely you'd be able to, pick the ones that you want in your team. So it makes sense to form a team sooner. And again, that is on Blackboard. I'll show you that, once I'm done with the syllabus. Then you have the individual presentation, which is due on 8/1. And you'll notice that sometimes there are a lot that is due on one day and not much due on other days. Well, that's because it's a 5-week class. I want you to understand certain concepts before you start, taking the exams or doing assignments. And also, the SWOT analysis could have been week 1, but there are sometimes people join the class late or some other reason. So just want to give people a chance to kind of get accustomed to the coursework. By the way, I did send you the textbook information. Wow. Okay, so this is the textbook, right? So I did send you back in May, but if you have not bought the textbook, make sure you buy it. Make sure you buy the 4th edition. Don't buy anything, newer, or don't buy Connect or anything. But if you can find 4th, even 5th edition would be fine. I'm just trying to help you save money on textbook. The 4th edition is cheaper, and it's also available. You should be able to see it on Amazon, eBay, lots of other places, okay? So, all right. So going back over here, now on this day, 8/1, you also have to pick a company. So it's assuming that you already formed your team. So the company would be assigned on a first come, first serve basis, meaning you tell me, what company you want, and I'll make sure that if it is taken, then you'll have to pick another company. Otherwise, you can have that company. Make sure you pick a Fortune 500 large company. The reason for that is the data on that company is readily available, versus if you pick a local mom and pop, you may not be able to find all the data, as well as you won't have enough information about its competitors as well. All right. And then the last week, you have this AI paper and company analysis presentation and the exam. So quick word about the exams. Midterm is chapters 1 through 5, and it is open for the entire week, okay? It's open from 26th, like Monday through Sunday. So you have time to take the exam anytime. Try to take the exam sooner. Don't wait until like Sunday to do it. Also, I'm not sure because this is summer if IT is open on weekends or not, because if sometimes if you have computer issues, you're not able to access the exam or something, um, then that might be an issue. So you might want to take the exam during the weekdays and also find out what hours the UHDIT is open. Uh, so you will be able to, take the exam during that time in case you think that there could be problems with that. And also, try to take it from a place where the internet connection is more reliable. Do not take it on your cell phone. You won't be able to see the question properly, and you'd just be wasting time going back and forth. Try to take it on a proper computer, desktop, or something. And if possible, try to take it at a place where you can, trust the internet connection. All right, and I want you to completely, to succeed in this course. So I put down my cell phone number, contact me anytime, feel free to text me, more than happy to help you. So the way to succeed in this course is make sure you follow all the instructions, okay? Um, Always start your paper presentation with a short introduction and end with a strong conclusion. Even though it may not be mentioned, this is actually something that will help you in real life too. Instead of telling people everything at front, just give a quick snapshot, give a quick introduction. And so this way people know what it is to expect. Then you go through whatever you're saying and then end it with a strong conclusion. You'll notice that's how I started this video as well, right? I told you what I'm going to tell you. And then keep it simple, meaning guide the reader, underline or highlight important points. Okay, see what happens is sometimes students just, I hate to use this word, but throw up on the paper. They have paragraphs upon paragraphs, nothing is bold, nothing is underlined. So it's as if you're going on a job interview without showering, without wearing proper clothes. You just go, so that's how it looks. See, how you present your information actually puts the person in that kind of mood. So if your information looks professional, they start thinking that you are a professional, okay? But if the way you present it, it's sloppy, they think that you are sloppy because they don't have a chance to see you, right? They're seeing your CV, your sales promotion page or whatever it is. So make sure you look professional, make sure you underline, highlight things. And also you might want to look this up, this is called Zeigarnik effect, meaning people in this day and age especially have become, I won't say lazy, but they have less of a tendency to sit down and read everything. So you want to guide the reader, meaning when you have things highlighted, underlined, bullet, that is guiding the reader and they're going to focus on those things and they will think that you know what you're talking about. Versus if the information is you just throw up paragraphs and paragraphs, people think that you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what is the important part. And also respect people's time. If somebody gives you 5 minutes for something, try to make sure that you can do your presentation or whatever it is within 5 minutes. So you'll notice that in all the assignments, I put down the time when you're doing a video because I want you to stay within those time limits. That is really very, very important, okay? And also, finally, make sure you check everything to make sure you are actually doing what you need to do. And also in this course, you'll be creating a lot of videos, or actually 2 videos, one personal, one team. So Zoom is a good way to even record your personal presentation. I'm recording this on Zoom right now, okay? And it is also an awesome tool to even record team presentations. And if you have a team more than 5, so only 4 people would show up on when you're doing your Zoom meeting. So make sure that the person that is talking, their face shows up. Okay. So so if either you can actually resize the window so more people show up, or somebody who's not presenting, they can turn their video off, temporarily. So that's why the person that is presenting, their video shows up. And after that is done, the person who's going to be presenting, they can turn their video on. Okay, so here are some tools or tips rather, or videos that I've created. So the first one is how to record your video in Zoom. And the second one is how to upload it on YouTube. So go ahead, I created them a few months back. They're still good. And if you have any questions, our IT department is actually awesome. Talk to them, they'll be able to help you. And also another thing, if you have issues with your computer, laptop, desktop, whatever, contact the IT department. They might be able to loan you a laptop, especially for the midterm and the final exam. You have to use the Respondus lockdown browser, and it records as you're taking the exam. So make sure the video camera works on your laptop or desktop, whatever it is you're using. And if you have doubts, contact the IT. They might be able to loan you a laptop or something. Okay. So now for all these assignments, I actually have individual videos. Okay, so make sure you go through those videos. They will give you more details. But the number one thing I'll tell you that what people don't do right is they go on and on, talk on and on about that. No, I told you 2 to 3 minute presentation. Sorry, repeating this, but uh, time is really, really important, okay? People don't have time to talk to you for hours. So make sure you respect their time. They will respect, or they will appreciate that you're respecting their time. So the number one thing is make sure you keep it within the time frame. Do not make it less than 2 minutes. Do not make it more than 3 minutes, okay? Keep it within that. And then the exams, so exams are, I'll show you in a minute in the Blackboard where there are sample questions. So each exam, there are sample questions. So there are 10 chapters. Each final midterm, each exam is going to cover 5 chapters. So midterm is 1 through 5, and final is 6 through 10. And there are 6 multiple choice questions per chapter, okay? Listen to this very carefully. So there are 30 questions and 60 minutes. Okay, so roughly 2 minutes per question. And each and every question is worth half a point. Okay, so 30 questions, 15 points, half a point. So if you find a question difficult, you can skip ahead, go to the next one, okay? And then come back to it if you have time. So do not waste time on something that you can't understand. So quickly go through it. You can skip back and forth as many times. Look at all the possible answers and pick the one that makes more sense to you, okay? So exams fairly straightforward, and there is no makeup exam because I'm giving you a week. Okay, so plan accordingly in case you think that you're gonna be going traveling somewhere. So plan accordingly. You cannot always trust the internet when you're traveling. So why not do it when you have a chance? So here's another thing. And by the way, all my chapters also I give you Jinja skills. So these are the skills that will help you in your real life as well. So here's Jinja skill. Do not do things when you have to, okay? Do things when you can or when you have enough time. What I mean by that. So the deadline is Sunday midnight. You think the test is 1 hour, so you start it at 11 o'clock. Guess what? Your computer takes a little bit of time to start. Your camera doesn't turn on, the Respondus browser doesn't turn on, you wasted 20, 25 minutes, you got only half an hour now, okay? So never do that. Don't do things when you have to. Do it when you can. So let's say on Thursday, you have some time and you have already prepared, you should be, then take the test then, right? And if there are some documented illness, like you're sick for a week or something, yeah, let me know that, or somebody family emergency and you had to travel or whatever, just let me know that so I could work with that. But under normal circumstances, there's no makeup. So BBA core and major test, these tests I do not have any I do not have even access to it. So if you have any questions, contact Ms. Patty Barnes, okay? I sent out an announcement earlier about when the test will open up, where the tests are, so go ahead. Look at that, and it counts as 5% of your bonus points. And these are truly bonus points, meaning, as I showed you in the syllabus, they are beyond the 100. So whatever you get, it actually adds to your score, and many students actually get an A just because they did slightly better in this exam. So take this exam. treat this exam seriously. This is a test of what you have learned in however long it took to do your bachelor's. I mean, there is no set way to study, but if you, this test, what you have learned, okay? So going into the test, try to do your honest answers for this, look at the different possibilities and pick the one that makes more sense to you, right? So that is about the individual assignments, and let's move on to the team assignments. Team, try to have 4 to 5 people per team. And studies have shown when the teams are of different race, different gender, they work a lot better because human tendency is not to look bad in terms of the other gender or the other race, because we try to show that we are better, and we try to prove, or we try to do our best in that situation. So again, team sign up, I'll show you in a little bit in Blackboard how to do, or where you can find it. And then there is this artificial intelligence paper. Again, all the details for this, there is a video related to this. Same thing about company analysis. Make sure for company analysis, you pick a company, let me know which company you have picked. And then once I prove that, then you'll be able to proceed with which company, analyzing the company. All right, and here is another interesting one, which is, I do understand that sometimes there are some teams that may have team members that may not function properly. So fill this peer evaluation form if and only if you have issues with your teammates. If you don't have any issues, you don't need to fill it out. That's it. But fill it out only if you have issues. Okay. So that's it for the syllabus. And oh, let me mention one quick thing about this AI paper. I want to emphasize this because that is also one of the reasons. I mean, I want you to pass this class, right? So that's also one way people don't pass this class is plagiarism. So AI paper, you will be submitting it under Turnitin, and that checks for plagiarism. So make sure you don't just cut and paste things. You kind of modify it, put it in your words, and then also cite the source. Okay. So plagiarism is number one thing that also stops people from graduating. Okay. So let me go to the course website. I'll show you. So everything that you have so everything is under course content for this course, except the discussion, which is the introduction, which is right here. Okay. So you do it over here. Watch the video. I'll send you the link and do that. So it's under coursework discussions. That's what introduction is. And under course content, you will see the syllabus, textbook. All the PowerPoints for the chapters are right here. Okay. And then the videos. So these are the videos for each of the chapters. I made them a few years ago, but they're still good. So go ahead, watch them. You'll get a lot of interesting information from this. And then for each of the assignments, you have videos. Course overview, this is the course overview video. So once it is done, there will be a link for that right here. And as I mentioned, introduction, team sign up videos right here. And all the other videos for the assignments are over here. Okay. Then these are actually good videos. These are not mandatory, these are optional, but I would highly recommend that you watch this video. Highly, highly recommend. Yeah, humans need not apply. This one, first one. Okay, this is number one. You should watch this. Then every billionaire uses it. This is Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's also really, really awesome. Start with Why. This is really good too. You Are Contagious. Awesome again. Body Language, Amy Cuddy. This is really good. And this Worst Company Disasters. This will help you understand what companies did wrong. These are really good videos. So I would highly recommend that you watch these. And there's something else that I would like you to pay attention to. Again, this is completely optional, which is additional resources. where I have kind of gathered things from here and there and put them in here. Personality types, that's really good. So if you're aware of MBTI, the Myers-Briggs, so this is a really good, like a summation of that. So watch or go through that, pretty good. And this is the whole MBTI test. These are also the 16 personalities, so go through that. So these are really interesting ones. And this is the HP mega trends. This is one of the corporate fellow we had, Mr. Miguel Avila, and courtesy he has provided us these. And this kind of shows you where the world is going. All right, so you have the sample questions here for the test. This is for the midterm, this is for the final, okay? Chapters 1 through 5. So the questions in the midterm and the final will be similar, okay? So midterm is only chapters 1 through 5 and final is 6 through 10. Final is not cumulative, okay? And the sample questions are similar to what you see. Similar means similar, not identical. Okay, some questions might be identical, but most of them are fairly similar. Okay. Oh, by the way, exams are also sort of smart exam. What I mean by that is what you see, your friend may not see that because it is coming from sort of like, it picks questions from a pool of questions. Okay. And so what you see, your friend may see something different. Or even if it might be same question, but the answers might be, sequence of answers might different. So again, it's coming from a pool of questions. So this is where you're submitting your individual SWOT, company analysis. Oh, okay. All right, so the AI paper, I'll put the link. It looks like the AI paper link is not here, but again, as I mentioned, AI paper is important. No plagiarism on that. That's one way people fail the class, okay? So quick recap. Let me show you. So this is the course website. Everything is under course content, everything except the discussion part, okay? Right here, everything right here, okay? Then this is when things are due, course schedule. Blue is your individual team assignments and green, blue is individual assignments and green is team assignments, and whatever is just regular black, that is for everyone. All right, so my phone number is right here. So feel free to text me if you have any questions. And if, let's say, for some reason you have a big question and you send me an email and you waited for a few hours, you didn't get a response, just send me a text message and say, hey, Dr. Poor, I had a question, I've sent you an email, could you please get back to me, right? And as I mentioned, I'm usually up until 2 a.m. Every night. So until 2 a.m., I'm good. All right, so thank you for watching this video, and I'm excited that you're here and looking forward to getting to know you better and looking forward to helping you with whatever your goals are for your future. All right, thank you for watching this and all the best for this course. Bye.